Peter.
Hi, Peter. Ron calling from. How are you doing?
Worst travel experience of my life.
Tell me what's going down.
We got to the airport this morning at 4 o'clock for a 5 o'clock flight. We sat on that plane for an hour and 10 minutes, and they said, "Oh, you got to get off the plane because we have some problem with the plane." We get off the plane. They book us onto another plane like 2 hours later to head out to Phoenix instead of to Dallas. So we get on that plane. Well, half the plane loads. They stop the loading, make everyone deplane again because that plane now has a problem. Sit for another hour. We finally get on that plane and leave. Get to Phoenix. Of course, we missed our connecting flight. So there's 7 of us traveling together. The next connecting flight to get to California, there's only 6 seats on it. And now we're standing at that gate, and it has changed times, I think 6 different times while the plane sits outside and there's no announcements about anything going on. The customer service from start to finish and the problems with the planes and the scheduling and everything that could go wrong on this trip has gone wrong ad nauseum. And this is the last time I will ever fly this airline, and I've got 7 guys standing next to me that are saying exactly the same thing. I've never seen anything like this in my life. It's absurd.
So what's the current situation? Where are you right now?
I'm in, and they had no room on the flight with all my friends going to Monterey to golf, so I have to wait until 4:15. But the current flight that my friends are all on has been moved back at least 3 times, but there's no room on that flight because apparently it's overbooked. So I'm sitting here for at least another 2 hours, and I don't arrive. We were supposed to arrive in Monterey at noon today. I'm not going to get there until at least 6:30 California time. So an entire day of our $4,000 golf trip is shot to hell, and there's no good reason for it other than every plane that we've tried to get on has had a problem. I get that these are mechanical units and something can go wrong. Every plane that we've tried to get on today has been delayed or canceled.
So
you guys are a shit show.
So there's no need for the childish language. So I would like to explain to you in full exactly what has transpired today, just for the purposes of being fully honest. Today is 4/21, and we do a mandatory drug test on this day. It's like a surprise drug test. And the unfortunate thing is basically every pilot on each of your flights has failed the drug test for marijuana. And obviously we can't tolerate, I know it was 4/20 yesterday, it was a big holiday, and we don't want to encroach on the pilot's holiday because it is, it may be considered religious things and everything else, but we cannot in good conscience let pilots fly if they fail the 4/21 drug test. So that is the reason for the delay. We have a pilot right now. I believe we have 6 of you booked on one flight. We have you booked on another. The pilot right now is at the Starbucks, just having something to eat and a coffee, and will be tested again shortly. Presuming that he passes that, we expect to get you away, on time as planned.
No matter what, I've lost an entire day of a $4,000 once-in-a-lifetime golf trip because you can't announce that your pilots are going to be smoking dope the day before. It's absurd. We would have booked.
Well, hold on. So what the pilots do in their downtime is not technically our business. But it was 4/20 yesterday, which is as you're aware, a national holiday.
I wish I would have recorded this because I'd like to take this national. This is absurd. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever said. I spent $1,000 on airfare and I can't get to my destination because you guys can't manage your employees, or you don't have enough employees to come and handle.
What do you mean manage our employees? We're not supposed to go to their houses after work, are we? That's absurd.
Are you going to refund my money for wasting my time? This is absurd. I wish I could have recorded this conversation because I would really like to take this national. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I mean, I can refund your money, but you won't be able to get on the flight. You understand? You will have to make alternate arrangements for your travel there. But I could.
Do you guys want to hear this?
I could do that.
Why all these flights are delayed and we're having all these problems? Because yesterday was 4/20 and all the pilots were getting high and they're all failing their drug test today. What? That's what I'm being told. I wish I had it recorded.
Sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
What? Okay, are we going to have an adult conversation so I can let you know what we're going to do?
Well, what are you going to do?
I can't refund you for the trip unless you want to make alternate arrangements on another airline. I can cancel the flight that you're currently waiting for if you want me to do that. You will have to go up to the desk and just let them know.
Why don't you refund the first part of the trip? Why don't you refund half of it so I can still get to my destination and play golf with my friends like I planned to do on a bucket list trip? Why don't you give me $500 back?
Well, how does that work? How does refunding part of the trip get you there any quicker? That logic doesn't make any sense.
There's no way you're going to get me there quicker unless you're sending a helicopter in to pick me up at this airport and fly me out there. So no matter what happens, I'm not going to get there till 6:30 tonight because I have to wait for that later flight.
Yeah, I mean, you'll miss a few rounds of golf. You'll be okay though, right? I mean, it's not like you have like an emergency or anything going on.
Do you know this was a $6,000 golf trip?
It was $4,000 earlier. Is what's happened?
Well, with the flights, and with the
hyperinflation in the last 4 minutes. Okay, well, I mean, the price of this alleged trip keeps going up, sir, and I don't know why you can only play golf once in a lifetime. I mean, I usually play every couple of weeks. I'm not sure what. How many times do you go to Pebble Beach in your life? I've been a couple of times actually. I may go again this summer. I'm not sure. We get that trip for me. You obviously have a lot more dough and time than I do, so maybe you can fund that trip for me. Well, no, I get a big discount on my airfares, so that helps, and I have friends out there, so accommodation is cheap. But yeah, it's not a bad course actually. The third can be tricky if you want any tips. Well, it doesn't sound like you really want to do anything to appease me for the ass hate that I've gotten today. So I guess. I mean, sir, I was about to tell you before you start hooting and hollering and all this nonsense to all the other passengers that I am not in a position to really offer any compensation. It would have to go through one of my supervisors. But I mean, you seem to just be wanting to do this whole male Karen thing in the airport, whereas I'm trying to get something done here. You know. Well, it doesn't sound like you just said you can't get anything done, that it has to go to one of your supervisors. So why are you and I having this conversation? You just called me up to tell me that your pilots are all failing their drug test. That's why all these planes are delayed, but there's nothing you can do for me other than that. Well, I was going to offer to transfer you to a supervisor. Is it making you feel better letting all these womanly emotions out? No, it's not. Nothing is making me feel any better. I mean, you're kind of flippant, and you don't really give a shit about anything going on in our life. There is no need for the childish language, is there? When someone's offering to help, what is your problem? You have done nothing to help. I've just said I can get you through to a supervisor who may. Go ahead and do that. Well, say please at least. Do you want to put me through to a supervisor or not? It's irrelevant to me. I don't care either way. Yeah, you're a lovely, lovely customer service guy. It's what I would expect. You know, it really just is the icing on the cake. Well, you're a well done. You're a real jerk. Well done. You're a jerk. Well done. You're a jerk. Well done. You're a male Karen. Yeah. Well, I wish you were here to say that to my face, but since you're not, you can be very brave on the phone. I understand that. Very brave on the phone. Well done. Are you really threatening an employee of the airline whilst in the airport? I haven't threatened anybody. I said I wish you were here to say it to my face. No. I can press one little button and you and the 6 other dwarves over there can get chucked the fuck out of there, okay? So you just watch it. What was the name again, sir? My name is... Are we recorded? My name is Hank. Now, do you want to speak to a supervisor? Yes, I do. Yes, that would be very nice. Thank you. Say please. Just do it, Hank. I'm waiting. I'm not going to do that because you are the most obnoxious person I've ever met in my life. Well, then I'm not going to transfer you to the supervisor, am I? Outstanding. Well done. Good customer service. All you have to do is use some manners and I'll transfer you straight through to my boss. It's up to you. I asked you twice to send me to your boss. That would be very kind of you. As soon as you say please, I'm going to press the transfer button. All right, please. Yeah, definitely. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Your call is very important to us. Please hold.
this is Hazel speaking in Consumer Escalations, and your call was escalated to me today. How are you?
I am not good, Hazel. You have a very big problem with your customer service, and that gentleman I just talked to, Hank, with the Australian accent, was very threatening, very condescending, and was talking about canceling flights for all of my travel companions
Oh,
because
Aussie
he
Hank?
is just a pain.
Aussie Hank is one of our best customer service representatives, the one who just transferred me over. I am shocked.
I would disagree wholeheartedly.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just getting some notes here. Looks he's sending over a bunch of notes. Did you all have an altercation?
Well, we didn't have an altercation other than the fact that he was very demeaning and exacerbating the situation, which has already been as trying a travel experience as I've ever had. And then he's trying to tell me the problem with your airline is that all your pilots are failing drug tests, which is why none of the flights are leaving on time, which I think is absurd. I asked him to refund my money. He said the only way he would refund my money is if he canceled all my flights. He is definitely a piece of work. I don't know if that's how you
I'm
guys
really
normally do
sorry.
business, but it's absurd.
I'm really sorry to hear that you had that experience with us, sir. He's actually sending over some notes that. Did you threaten him?
No. No, I told him I wish he said some rude things to me, and I said, I wish you were here to say that to my face. Those were my exact words. And I hope that he would record it because you would hear that in total. I never threatened him. I just told him I wished he was, if he was as rude as he was being, that I wish he would say that to my face.
Okay. All of our calls are recorded, sir, and I would be happy to go back on the line.
I would like to have that, and I would like to have a copy of that. The entire call. I would like to have a copy of that so I can take it to the national media.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're only able to provide transcripts of our calls they need to be legally mandated. We can't just hand them out to people for privacy reasons, unfortunately, but we can certainly take care of it internally. Did you want me to escalate this into a formal complaint?
That would be fine. I think it should be done because he absolutely was doing nothing to de-escalate a very, very trying day and a tense situation.
Okay. Sir, I need to address another issue with you. Was there a reason? I'm trying to back out of this right now because it sounds like there was an escalation and we need to take care of it. Looks like he's trying to put you on the no-fly list. Did he mention that to you?
No, he absolutely did not, and there would be no reason for it. I mean, all we're trying to do. He called me and asked me what the problem was. I explained our entire day to him, and he tells me that the problems are all rooted in the fact that all your pilots are failing the drug test today. Not mechanical errors. And I said,
is that where it escalated?
No, it hasn't escalated. There was no.
Are you sure? Because it's starting to escalate a little now. Anyway, okay. He has a suggestion. He says there's 7 people in your party.
That is true.
Did you want me to organize? So he put something in here. Please excuse me. I definitely don't. I'm just repeating what he said. It says here that you fancy yourself a bit of a big shot and that you should charter a private plane. Is that something that you would want us to organize?
Come on. This is getting ridiculous.
I'm just reading what it says here. Sir,
all I asked the guy to do after he called me to find out what was going on for the day was to refund a portion of my travel time because we had wasted an entire day.
Okay. Did you say something about Snow White? There's some notes here about Snow White and the 7 Golf, a word I won't repeat. No, does that sound familiar to you?
Who is this?
Okay. Would you like me to refund your flight or escalate this into a complaint or both?
I would really like to know who this is because this is getting absurd. I think someone's playing a joke on me because that's not correct.
I'm here to help you. Would you like me to lodge a formal complaint against the individual you were speaking to?
No. I just want to get to where my destination is and play golf with my friends.
Okay. So when is the next flight that you're scheduled to be on?
Afternoon.
Okay. And you are all scheduled on this?
Just me. The other group that I'm with got booked on the earlier flight, because we missed
So they've
our
gone
connection.
already.
They're on the early one. They're supposed to be loading now, but there's another delay with getting on this plane, apparently. It was supposed to be going already, but it hasn't even started to board yet.
Okay.
So I've got
Did
six
you-
guys supposed to be getting on this plane, and I'm going to wait for 2 hours for the next plane to get to Monterey. And it's
Okay.
all booked.
Okay, great. Did you want me to call the Sable Beach Resort and organize anything for you on our behalf?
No, thank you.
Okay. Is there some kind of like a gay pride thing going on there this week, or what is the reason?
Who is this?
Sir, my name is Hazel, and I'm just trying to help. Would you like me to pass you on to somebody who can offer you a
Hey,
refund?
Hazel, have you still got Snow White and the 7 golf cunts on the phone?
Who is this?
Excuse me?
Huh? Yeah.
Sir,
No.
why do you
No.
keep asking who is this?
No, they said it's you people, but they're acting really goofy. So clearly, this is not.
Yeah. Would
Someone
never
there-
act really goofy.
Is there somebody there that I can speak to? I can confirm my employment with, sir?
No.
Okay, so what is it that you would like from me? What can I do for you?
Oh, there he goes. Finally, what a fucking idiot.
Ugh, he's so boring. Sorry.